Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Merry Christmas. Hope you had a great Christmas. We'll chat a little bit about that. But on today's show, folks, and thank you, it's the last one of the year. The last episode for Two Guys, One Coup in 2024. It is. Boy, it flew by. It sure did fly by. We're going to reflect a little bit on the Biden administration as his tenure is coming to an end, thank God, and what it might look like a year from today. On the show, we have maybe another pandemic, Jim. Is that what they're preparing us for? Are they literally going down this path? We'll talk about that.
I'm gonna need to see more than a handful.
I'm gonna need to see some birds getting sick.
We've already had the bird flu epidemic before, didn't we, under Obama?
I think we did. I think we did. Yeah, we did have that. And so we're going to talk about that. We have Kamala gave a little Kwanzaa message. It was so adorable. We're going to show you that. We're going to talk a little bit about how CNN is just absolutely plain old nuts, as always. Mm-hmm. And of course, stay tuned for what is an amazing top 5 today. The Two Guys, One Coup top 5 New Year's resolution fails.
Sure to fail.
You're not going to want to miss that. Stay tuned. That's at the end of the show. All that and so much more, Jim, on another amazing episode of what?
Live from the Patriots Network studios. It is Two Guys, One Coup.
For the last time in 2024. Wake up, America.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Back rage, flames in the night, no more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. Two guys, one coup, bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall and truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right mixed poison in the vow. But we see through, we feel the beat.
Good morning again. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on the last episode of 2024 of the Two Guys, One Coup podcast. What a quick year. What a different year for us.
Yeah.
It was just literally a short 5 months ago now that we joined the Patriots Prayer Network.
Yep.
Quite a difference. Didn't think we'd be here at this point. We thank them for allowing us to.
I thank Eddie and Maurice for recognizing us and thinking we would be a good addition to their network. And we really appreciate them and the work they do.
Yeah,
I mean, as some of you know, like Buckeye, and because you know Eddie pretty well, and it's the work that he does and Maurice, they do that we don't, that a lot of you don't see it and we don't see it, but they do a lot, and we just can't thank them enough for this opportunity to get out there, because we hear from family members and stuff that we do a good podcast, and it's, are we really, because they have to say that and stuff like that, but then hearing some people out there who listen to podcasts and say that they really enjoy a podcast, because again, we started out doing a podcast where we just wanted to talk about some issues and just put some humor into it. Don't take ourselves seriously. Everybody takes it seriously.
Correct.
Say what you want about us. We don't care, because, we're going to say whatever we want about people too.
That's right.
To the point. But, it's nice that that we have the listeners that we do, and we hope everybody appreciates it. So
we do. Let's good morning, Buckeye. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Mike. At To The Point. Glad you're joining in. 5 months. Wow. Yeah. That's 5 months. I mean, it went by quick, and it had only been 5 months. So it feels both to me, like quick and long as well. I feel like we've been doing this all year, and it hasn't been. So yeah, the opportunity to be on the network, the opportunity to join the crew and join everybody else who broadcasts on there, absolutely amazing, and we can't thank them enough. So Maurice, Eddie, everybody.
Mike, yep, just joining. I'm loving where this is going.
Yeah, agreed, man, agreed. And if you're not listening to Mike and the guys over at To The Point, please go do that, as well as everybody else on the network. It's just that important. And I think this coming year, 2025, is going to be huge. I think it's going to be big for the network. I think it's going to be big for the personalities on the network, and I'm looking forward to it. I cannot
wait
opportunities for this year.
Good opportunities coming up. We've got the September. Can't wait to see Mike and his crew. At
the Warrior Fest.
At the Warrior Fest, and hopefully some others that can make it. That's going to be great. Did find out that Natasha is going to be there, so. Excellent. Remember he's Ryan. Well, he did. Remember he told us.
Well, he said it. Hopefully. I think that's confirmed.
I hope so. I guess. Rich, if you're listening, please confirm that again.
Just joined in. Yeah, confirm that if you can. Speaking of Rich, let's hear from Grick here real quick, and then we'll come back. We got a lot to talk about on the last show of the year, including how surprised CNN is that Joe Biden had cognitive skills,
just hiding their ignorance.
Or that he lacked cognitive skills. Is that more the term? Do I have cognitive issues? I'm sure I do. Here's Greg Gare, Lock and Load. Be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
We do stand as Americans. MAGA stands as one, despite the news telling us that H-1B is dividing us. It is not. At any rate, we do stand as Americans, and doing that, support companies that are American, local companies. It's so important. And Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load. Thank you, Buckeye, again, and Jim for putting that up there. Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load is one of those companies you have to continue to support. Do a great job, work hard at it. True patriots, veteran supported, family owned and operated. GritGearApparel.com, lockandloadcoffee.com. Use the coupon code 2GUYS. You get 10% off every order. You order every day, you get 10%.
That's the number 2.
Doesn't matter.
That's the number 2. GUYS, number 1.
Not number 1. It's just 2 guys.
Oh, yeah. Oops. Yeah. Never mind. 2 guys.
So let's repeat that. It's the number 2 guys. GUYS. Just leave it at that.
It's used. Yeah. Because folks, we got. I gave the gifts out. I got had to do it. Had to support it. And the biggest comment, Rich and Sharon, if you're listening, were the softness of the shirts.
Yeah, and, they are soft.
And it's folks,
they're soft and
I know you hear us say it all the time.
Super thick, they're nice.
They I'm wearing this body is fueled by coffee and patriotism shirt, and it's
a couple tacos. Shirts. And a couple tacos. It doesn't say that on that shirt, but
I'm thinking probably more taco. It's probably beer and bourbon is what it should be. But
I mean, it does happen. Yes, there's the code, Buckeye. 2 guys. You got it right. Jim didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while, you know.
Yep.
They are
It has
soft
been
and
a while.
comfy. You're right, Buckeye. Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are
They are
soft and comfy. They are. And cozy. Makes you feel all warm and tingly inside.
Makes you feel like Rich is giving you a big old bear hug whenever you wear them.
Yeah, that's what I think of every time I put it on. Is that? I think more Sharon is than Rich.
Or Sharon. Yeah, but we want to give Rich our time. So that's
Yeah, exactly. Jim, did you have a good Christmas? Before we get on with it?
Yes, did.
Good.
Get
That's
together
good.
with and you as well, I hope.
Yeah. As you know, a little unusual this year, obviously, and different, but it was good. There was a lot of family, and there's a lot of laughter, and some crying, and some memories, and some good times, and we just had a great time. So overall, but yeah, good Christmas. We hope you all did as well. Now we move into what is going to be the new year. I have 0 New Year's plans. Jim's having a huge Diddy party or Diddy party or house party. Just a party.
Just a party.
Yeah, it's just a party.
We'll give out the address soon.
Yeah. What was that movie? House Party? What was that movie?
Yeah.
That's what it'll be like, brother.
Yeah, I can
Everyone's
just see
gonna
my
show
wife
up.
right now listening. Stop it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Stop it. But yeah, we're just having ourselves, and we're just gonna kind of just take it easy. It's been a month, right?
Yeah,
So
you guys have been through a lot. So.
yeah, exactly. You know, I'm reading that too, Jim, on the comments. I don't know what.
That's probably not a good thing to do.
What
But
did it say? I am a pastor. I'm watching you with my congregation. Request you to please join us at Healing Prayer. I want to play. I want to post that. I'm sorry, reading the comments on the side, folks. And if you're in the comment section, you can read it. I don't know that that's true. Maybe I don't know, and I just want to be, you know, I want you to be, Larry. If you're showing this to your congregation,
and you just asked us to be speakers at your at your
perhaps maybe, you know, I mean, God bless you. We are Christians.
Thank you
and all
for
that, but the show isn't exactly congregation friendly and or child friendly. But it's not completely vulgar either. So that's I just want people to know that. But there are times that Jim gets absolutely
Jim
just goes off the rails. So I'm just telling you.
Yeah, Dale doesn't, you know.
No, I'm pretty calm and collective, and I kind of watch my language. But Jim, you are absolutely a gutter mouth. So we'll just keep.
I have a big potty mouth.
No big potty mouth.
Do we still say that now? Potty mouth?
I think so. Jim, where do we want to start? This is so real quick, and I just want. Yeah, we can review like Biden and all that, and what.
Okay, so here, guys, here is a list of his top 5 best moments of his 4 years of presidency. No,
let's go. There you have it. So this is what's crazy to me, and Jim, we're going to show this, and Scott Jennings and CNN's just absolutely nuts. But they are still. Well, we'll show you this. And then Jim's got some comments too he wants to add. But listen to this, and we'll move on here.
You can do yours?
Joe Biden,
yeah, I'll do mine.
record
I did mine.
with regard to the things that he's accomplished, I think will stand the test of time. Now, dear friend.
Can I just stop right away on that? Did you all hear that? The things he has accomplished will stand the test of time. Well, I hope time stops. If that's the case, because is she serious?
I'm
speechless.
Speechless when they.
Here we go. Let's listen.
And Scott and others will talk about, and quite frankly, I'm going to say this on it, rightfully so. It was very disturbing to learn late in the year about just how how poor his health has become. Like many, I did not.
You want me to pause it?
Folks, this is what we want to point out. Did you catch what she said?
Yeah.
We just learned later in this
I'm going to rewind it a little bit. Let's listen. Go on, Jim, before I play. Oh, listen to it.
So it was very disturbing to learn late in the year about just how how poor his health has become. And like many, I did not realize that it had gotten to that point.
Late in the year of 2019.
That being said, I think he's still, he showed up for the job. He got the work done.
He got the work done.
Some of the accomplishments also in the Middle East and foreign policy will also stand the test of time.
Afghanistan.
The Middle East is in better shape today than when he took office?
Well, I think he got our hostages home. I think that's a big deal. I think it's important.
I'm sorry, which hostages?
He's gotten a number of people home. He was able.
No, there's still 100 people over there,
Well, there were more than that.
including some Americans. Look, I think he's gonna leave office in disgrace. The Hunter Biden pardon was disgraceful. He's going to be remembered largely for inflation and for the disastrous Afghanistan pullout. And I think as we continue to, we're just getting the first draft of this now, but as we continue to learn about the massive cover-up that went on, not about his health, but about his mental acuity, to cover that up, the efforts that were undertaken by the White House staff, by his family, not in the last couple of months, but for all 4 years, I think it's going to be a really ugly chapter. It's a diminished presidency because of it. And I think we still don't know the full extent of what they did to try to hide what they've been doing over in the West Wing.
So I think leaving in disgrace is when you have an insurrection at the Capitol. Like that's
I literally want to with this guy.
Here we go.
Here we go. January 6th. Here we go. It's going to be 4 years in next week, and we're still calling it this. Well, let's play it.
It's leaving in disgrace. Being impeached twice is leaving in disgrace.
From a Democrat ran house.
Right.
We're still moving this.
So that's a difference. I think Joe Biden's going to be remembered in the short term for what you were talking about, whether or not he had the capacity to lead, who knew what when. I mean, there are many people outside of the very small network of Anita Dunn and Valerie Biden Owens and Jill Biden and Hunter. There aren't many people who knew the concerns that were there or whether or not he was up or fit for the job. And
Jim, I see there's still how's this network? Scott Jennings got to just leave. Scott Jennings is the only reason anybody watches it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead and finish. And then
okay, I will. And then you got.
So those questions will be asked. Over the long term, this is somebody a lot like Mitch McConnell. You don't necessarily have to agree with everything they stood for. You don't have to agree with every vote, but you always knew they put the American people first.
No.
Mitch McConnell put his pocketbook first.
Pocketbook. He put China first, Mitch McConnell. Okay, so here's this. What are they referring to? What is it they didn't know or see, or how is it now at this point that they are still saying, boy, we were surprised and didn't know about his mental acuity, about his mental capacity to run this country? Well, here's an example of how did you not know this? This is 90 seconds of President Biden in the last 4 years.
If you think I don't have the energy level or the mental acuity, the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to.
No problems here.
From Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa of Putin's kleptocracy. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. The idea that Los Angeles and what am I doing here? For two reasons. One, we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is, let me say another way. But the nature, not a solid meeting with they make a very good point. Here's the deal. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers.
Yeah.
These are just a few.
And I can't even laugh.
No.
Because I feel terrible about it. As well as the country should feel terrible and saddened by it.
Well, they use
the decline and all that. But the point is that these signs were there from the minute he decided to run, and his campaign back in 2019 19 all the way through his presidency. So the lying sacks of crap at CNN that are just saying we were surprised to learn about his mental acuity, about his decline. It's full of crap. They just don't. They just continue to lie, and for them to just continue to go down that path instead of blaming who they should be blaming, Jill Biden, the Obamas, Valerie Jarrett. Those are the people that they should be blaming for pushing this guy to this level, to this point, instead of retirement or being taken care of or not having the stress. Anybody familiar with Alzheimer's patients or dementia patients and the amount of stress if there's just too much activity around them, right? There's too many stimulants around them, whether it be crowds or people talking at the same time or anything. This is what you end up with, is that. And for them to say that they're surprised is just out and out lies. That's all, plain and simple. So that was just a brief example of what happened.
And the thing is, folks, those are just a few clips.
Just a few.
We could have done
a show
24 hours a day, 4 days, 5 days a week of nothing but yaps. And because my brother and his wife do understand because they went through it.
It's terrible.
And we go, Grit Gear, you're right.
Biden has been on vacation 5 more days over the last 4 years. That's 40% while he has been in. Yep, agreed.
Crazy Southpaw, you're right. That was painful.
It's painful.
Everyone. Anyone that voted for this man should be deported. I think we can get a lot of people agreeing with that.
I do too. Do too. And this one, Crazy South. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Jim. You're playing him. Go on. Exactly. These people can't be loathed enough. I agree. They cannot be. And so when they talk about his legacy and what's happened over the 4 years, there is no legacy. The legacy is it's poor. The legacy is one of the worst presidents in our nation's history. Inflation in economics, his energy policy, increased gas prices, the push for these electric vehicles. What do we have? 7 charging units or something like that out of the 14 billion they were supposed to. What's the number? I can't even remember anymore.
I don't even think it's that many.
I don't even think so.
I think the money that was going towards these charging stations, and the only charging stations I see is like if you go to a certain Myers across the country, they have the Tesla charging stations. But
that's what I'm saying. And you pull into a McDonald's, there's a couple spots there. You pull into some, it's absolutely a terrible policy.
But those probably were not government funded. Those were put up by the actual.
They probably were
the business.
Yep, the government funded ones. I don't think there's many, if any. Border security. We know what's going on with border. This is his legacy. The open border policies. The crime that's happened with just due to open borders.
For the left, the only reason they put this man up on a pedestal is because in their minds he replaced the devil.
Yep,
and
that's right.
The left have always thought of President Trump as the devil.
Correct.
Correct. Anti everything when he wasn't. Because
there's no
evidence
to
see through his bullshit. We were able to see through the left's bullshit on all of this stuff, and that's the only thing that they've got on President Biden is that because you can't use the economy.
Correct.
I mean, you can't. The billionaires became bigger billionaires under.
That's
him.
right.
I thought that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yes, correct.
And middle class again got hurt.
Yep.
The group that look, folks, the working class Americans went towards President Trump more than they ever had, even since Reagan.
Correct.
Okay, because Reagan, they went pretty high for him, obviously, because it was 49-1.
Yes.
But President Trump understands the working people. Yes, he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, but he understands the working people. He understands
what America is. He understands the constitutional republic that the country is.
He knows,
and he understands the detriment of open border policies and high inflation and high gas. Now, let's not forget also Biden. To me, Biden's biggest legacy will be the withdrawal from Afghanistan. To me, that is absolutely what he will be remembered for, or at least.
And the border too. I think those.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with
one
that.
and 1A.
Maybe 1 and 1A, but the withdrawal from Afghanistan and the border absolutely will be his. And when she sits there and talks about the legacy and the foreign policy in the Middle East being better, where's Afghanistan located at? I don't know. I know, of course. The Middle East is not better. You had Hamas attack Israel. There's a laundry list of absolute failures, from putting a man with dementia, at least the beginning stages of it when he took office, to now. That's the result that they have. That's the legacy, unfortunately, that Biden is going to have. We haven't even talked about the education policy and reversing Title IX, COVID-19 response, which was bull crap. His relations with China, Ukraine, and the funding that's going to Ukraine. I got a couple more here. I'm going to look. Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, the woke policies. How do we forget the LGBTQ plus policies that they have forced upon companies? His climate policies, again, with the electric vehicles, absolutely abysmal. Student loan forgiveness. Boy, who's paying for that? Censorship from social media. Okay, who did that? Who did the lawfare against their political opponent? That was Joe Biden. Guys,
and folks,
listen,
he was bad.
That's his legacy.
He was bad before he got dementia, Alzheimer's. He was bad before that. He made his money when he was vice president.
He sure did.
I mean, because the Biden crime family is not. This is legit. It's serious and it's out there. And if you on the left would just give yourself a moment of thought, I know that you don't have them often, but when you have that moment of thought, go back and research all the money his family has made. I have something on here for that when we get time to play it. That is just a 27-second clip, but it's about new.
You're talking about it. Play it now.
Okay.
Why wait?
New investigations into the Biden family.
This is a Fox News alert. All new this morning, House Republicans finding President Biden and his family received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities since 2014. Wow. Lawmakers call it an impeachable conduct. Brooke Singman is in Chicago with this story. Brooke, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Ainsley. I obtained a copy of this 292-page report from House Republicans. They're on the House Oversight, Judiciary, and Ways and Means committees, and they've been leading this impeachment inquiry against President Biden for months. So they said their investigation found that President Biden engaged in impeachable conduct and said he abused his office and, quote, defrauded the United States to enrich his family. Republicans revealed that since 2014, the Biden family and its associates received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities. They also found that while Biden was serving as vice president, the Biden family got more than.
Yeah.
And this was out there.
7 million. Yeah.
This was out there.
Yeah, it was there. That was newsworthy.
See, they can't admit that this stuff went on because then it would show that they were liable in what the deceit that went on for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. It
is.
I mean, it doesn't take much to investigate. Your investigative reporters, send them out, do your job. But no, they only want to go after Republicans on stories that aren't true.
Stories that aren't true. And boy, they were giddy this whole week about the H-1B, the visas and all that. And I understand the division. I understand the debate back and forth, but that's how this works.
Yes.
You have people who think that, hey, we should get the best of the best from foreign. And I don't disagree with some of that. I don't think expanding H-1B is at all an option. That is just absolutely ridiculous. We have the people here that can do these jobs.
We need to force them to do it.
Yep, correct. We just need to, they can just do it. That's right. And you do that by building the strong economy here in this country. That's how you do that.
And for, I get it. Tariffs aren't fun.
Tariffs are not fun.
Tariffs cause things, but just remember what happened, folks, in 2016 in his administration, when he had the tariffs on China. The American steel industry was back.
Yes.
Correct. They were very profitable.
Energy independent.
Yep, we
as
were
well.
energy independent. We were, and all tariffs do is say, okay, our import export, it's a big difference between the two.
Sure
So
is.
you need to start buying from us, and that's
That's
really
right.
all these tariffs
You want to
are.
send all your electric cars from China? Well, there's here's 100% tariff on it.
And that's
whatever the case may
and
be.
that's what's happening, folks.
That's
That
what's
is honestly what's
Mhm.
happening. And I know nobody likes tariffs because the prices are going to go up. But folks,
Yes.
wouldn't you rather pay a little bit higher for your groceries because an American employee is making more money,
And because an American
or an
farmer,
American business is doing better?
not a Chinese-owned land
Not
farmer
with what's
here,
going on
not
right
Bill
now.
Gates. Correct.
Right. Not with what's going on now. It's higher because everything is higher.
Correct.
Gas prices are higher.
That's why.
You're being forced to pay a minimum wage that is just ridiculous in some instances.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
and
it's
it's just
ridiculous.
it's all a joke. And anybody, I don't know how you can sit here and if with a straight face, that woman with a straight face and the guy with a straight face, you always have to bring up January 6th, don't they?
Always
have to bring that insurrection that he caused, which has been proven time and time again. He had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
All he said, and it's just maybe he shouldn't have said it, but all he said was go down there peacefully and defend your rights.
No. Not that he shouldn't have said it. He said exactly what he said.
But he did not say
what he should have said.
Force your way in there. He did not say be careful of the undercover FBI agents are there that are going to try to provoke you. He did not say that.
These are the same people.
That.
These are the same people still bitching about January 6th that had no problem with protests in front of Supreme Court justices' homes.
Yep.
No problem with a guy who went there
Minnesota
to kill Brett Kavanaugh. They have no issues with any of that. They have no problems with burning down cities during the BLM riots. But they have problems with
January
this.
6th.
That's all they have. And it was because it was a farce and a lie, and they presented it that way, and they still run with it. That's the problem. Speaking of that, show note, next Monday is January 6th, 2025. Next Monday, we will have Robert Morse. He was imprisoned due to January 6th for 1,600 days. He was imprisoned. So folks, listen, or something like that, 1,400. I might have the math wrong. I'll look that up again. But he will be with us on Monday to discuss his time, what happened to him on the 4th anniversary of January 6th, which I like to call Ashley Babbitt Day. That's it. So, folks, stay tuned for that next Monday.
Because it's another one of these individuals that never stepped foot inside.
Never stepped foot and was helping people. This is a decorated military vet who was imprisoned because of January 6th and the lies of Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger and the whole group there.
Yep.
That's why. So, and liberal DAs and liberal federal judges.
Yep.
This is why. So stay tuned for that. You won't want to miss it. Guys, guess what? Let's talk about this real quick, if you don't mind, Jim. Another pandemic is on the way, just in time.
Yeah. I've stopped eating chicken.
Just in time for President Trump's second term. Do we have any comments we want to go over here real quick?
Just a couple things.
Go ahead.
Here.
You play them, Jim. You're the guy in charge.
The worst president living and the worst ever, Carter, was up there, but now is gone. So he is a sole winner.
Our condolences to the
Now,
Carter
the one
family.
thing I will say about,
I mean, it's
you and
still,
I want to add something about Jimmy Carter real quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. From a presidential standpoint, he was horrible. From a humanitarian standpoint, he was
pretty
solid.
good guy.
He stood by what he said.
Humanitarian.
So
Agreed.
from a human being standpoint, he was solid.
Yeah.
As a president, he was terrible. But I would take
the worst
him
till
over
Obama, and now the worst. Oh, he was the worst till Biden.
Yep.
So, anyways, we'll move on. From
we had
there.
a couple comments here. I believe this is Eddie. That's because the world's going to end in 3 years. This is on the electric cars.
If we don't use the car, everybody knows that.
We know. That's because there are no more press. Yes, they are. Yep.
Intelligence assets.
The press has been gone for a while. Oh, we did that already. They
stopped
stopped being journalists, became willing propropagandists a long time ago. That's why we always like to call them Pravda. That's why we always like to call them Pravda. Great gear, Biden and Obama. Yeah, yep. Obama's got. Well, one of our top fives we were thinking about doing is one of the top 5 lists of worst presidents of all time, and we just talked about 3 of them that would definitely.
Yeah, I'm just going to say there's no reason. I mean, then we know an obvious 4th.
Yeah.
And then the 5th.
And then a 5th would be pretty simple to come up with because this individual started all of the nanny state stuff. But
Yep,
yeah,
correct.
we've got some. Yeah, I think
yeah,
we have
that'd
pretty
be an
solid
easy list.
5.
It'd be an easy list. So
Yeah, no foreign owned property here,
property
no dual
here, and no,
citizenship.
I agree with that. The amount of farmland owned by China is this has to be reversed. I don't know how that takes place. I don't know the exact legality of it all, but it must take place during Trump's term. No doubt about it. That's a big problem.
Yeah,
Easy
yeah,
to keep a
and this
straight
was
face.
about the when I made my comment about how can journalists keep a straight face. It's easy to keep a straight face when you're a soulless hack.
That's absolutely true.
T folks agreeing.
Mhm.
Welcome, T folks.
Yeah, really.
have
That's
you
the
here.
first. Yeah, correct.
And you're right. They will be free.
They will be free,
They
and
need
we
to
can't
be.
wait till next Monday to talk to Robert about his story and all that. You won't want to
And-
miss it. Trust me.
And you are correct. That was
That's
one
the
of them
one.
we were talking about. The nanny
the one.
state that
There's
was
the woke
created.
nanny state.
Now, whether or not he wanted to have it the way it was now, when he envisioned
Of
it, when he
course.
created it,
Maybe
did he
not.
think that it was going to be a way of lifestyle for everybody?
It might
I
not.
can't imagine.
Mhm. I
But
can't either.
and here's his list.
Let me say my list is Obama, Biden, Clinton, Roosevelt, Carter, Woodrow Wilson. There's no.
There you go.
There you go. That's exactly the top 5 we had before the show we were talking
To
about.
be honest with you, my top 5 would not have included Clinton. He probably would have been 6th or 7th. But the reason that made him presidency so good, if you want to
Was it
call
because
it
of
that, was
Republicans
because he worked
controlled Senate?
he
and
worked
House.
with the Republicans in the House. He worked with Gingrich.
There was
All
some
right.
welfare reform, which I did
Correct.
appreciate from him. And the guy knew how to party, so let's give him that.
Yeah.
That
He would
keeps
be
him out
one of the
top 5
definitely in our
worst.
top 10, but you got the 5 right there.
He's
So-
number 6.
So
There's no doubt Clinton's number 6 for me.
do we want to? We'll go over this next one that he posted.
Okay.
About Joe.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do want to say that
But
because
let's
I want
finish.
to.
Let's finish our little. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about. Well, no, we can do that now. You're talking
Okay.
about. Yeah, go ahead. Give, send, go. I wanted to talk about that, and we were going to second half of the show here. Folks, remember we talked about it last episode. This man is losing his home. He's lost everything, and he's got no support from both Democrats and Republicans at this point now, all for posting Trump signs on what was, rig trailers, outside of his home, big Trump signs, and just in support of President Trump. And because of that, he kept getting fined from the county, fined from the city. He refused to take it down, and he shouldn't have to. It's his property. He can do with what he wants. And for that, it's gotten to the point now where he's losing his home. We're trying to raise roughly $8,500 to $9,000 to help him save his home. That's all it's going to take. We're up to almost 2,000 now,
Yep.
which we appreciate
not
from
even a
everybody. And
week
it's a
yet,
tough time. It's
or
Christmas.
maybe
It's
just
new.
over a week.
Yeah, just over a week now. So, or week or so. Yeah, exactly. So we can do this, folks, but it needs to happen now. So go to givesendgo.com/save Joe. Give $1. If everybody listening right now would give $2, $3, we could have this thing absolutely nailed.
Done.
That's all it's going to take, guys. So I know we can do it. I know it's hard because it's after the holidays and boy, bills pile up and there's a lot going on and it's hard to think about anything else except, oh my gosh, I got to pay my own bills, especially in this current economy. Hopefully that all changes, and it will. But give anything you can, $1, $2, $3. Please go to there. Give, send, go /save Joe. Please go do that. It's important. He's a patriot and he deserves our help. And It's a campaign that Eddie and the Patriots Prayer has taken on personally. And
Eddie
let's
has
give him
interviewed
love.
him.
Yeah.
Eddie has had him on his
And he
show a few
interviewed him. You
times.
can go watch that. All the guy did was support President Trump. All he did was show his patriotism. And for that, has gotten completely screwed, just like a lot of January 6ers did by showing just their patriotism. The Lord blesses those who bless others. Agreed. Absolutely. So give $1, give $2, give $3. If you can throw $5 in that give, send, go, and everybody here is listening, we are going to put that guy way over the top. He's going to save his home, and it's a good cause. All of the money goes to him. Nobody's taking anything else. Yes, that poor man need organized funds to support people this way. Yes, Eddie did a good interview with them. Yep, thank you, T
Thank
folks.
you, T
That is
folks.
absolutely true. So, excuse me.
Good question.
Had a cough for a minute.
I'm not sure. When does it need to be in by? That's a good question, right?
That's a good. The
Yeah.
point is that he's literally to the point where he's going to lose his home. So if
Right.
I had to say, I'd say now.
I would
folks.
say soon.
I would say now is
Yep.
the time. Don't if you have to wait, it may be too late. So please go give a few bucks and let's push this guy over the edge. Please, everybody listening right now, go ahead and do that. We can do it. We can do it from just this show today. And we can help this guy. So please go do that. Thank you for bringing that back up. I was going to mention that near the end of the show. I'm glad we did it now, though. Jim, let's real quick, if you don't mind, since we will not be having a show Wednesday, New Year's Day.
Right.
If you don't mind, let's hear a little bit then from Warrior Shield, and we'll get right back to it here. I got to talk about this bird flu crap. So be right back.
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight.
Folks, warriorshield.org. That's warriorshield.org. Please go there as well and just check them out. Support them as well if you can. We are sure asking for a lot of support for a lot of people, but we ask because these are the people that deserve it. And this is what they count on. This is how they rely. There you go, warriorshield.org and ryanweaver.net.
Those great songs you hear on those commercials.
Yep.
That is Ryan Weaver.
Correct. Yep, exactly. That is who it is. So please go there, support Warrior Shield. We will talk about their recipient for the Warrior Weekend in September. That is the Corporal Chad O Foundation. We've got a presentation. We will be putting that up next year. You will see a lot of that. You will hear us talk a lot about that. If you don't know his story and his family story, boy, I'm telling you, it is heartbreaking as hell. And they deserve the attention they're going to get from the Warrior Shield and from everybody here and everybody on the podcasts that are listening. It's amazing.
So what is so amazing is when you see the individuals that have this loss,
correct,
from PTSD or others within the military, you see the families do things to help others.
Yeah.
And this is why this is so important, because this is one of those examples where we lost our loved one, but we want to help other people and keep them from losing their loved ones, because PTSD is real, folks. It is real. It is there. It is
22 veterans commit suicide every day.
Those of us who never serve, we don't know. We don't know what they go through. We don't know what it's like. We don't know what they go through. So it's easy to sit here and say, well, these are tough sons of bitches. You know, they're over there doing that. They should come home and just come right back into civilization.
No way.
No, we can't. That's not how it is. We have to support people like this. We have to help them when they come back, because it's not. Some people do. Yeah. Some people are able to get acclimated into society. But I think
let me ask you this
one
question.
Has a form of PTSD.
I'll ask you on the simplest terms then, because if you and I will be away from home for a week in a couple of weeks, work related. And then you come home and you have to assimilate right back into, okay, well, it's time to walk the dog. We got to, there's things to do at home that you have to get done. And it takes you a minute, right? Just to be like, okay, back into the swing of things. Even after a vacation, you come home and you're like, okay, we got this to do, this. Imagine what they go through, first of all, and they're deployed for 9 months at a time, or they're gone for 2-3 years at a time, and they have to deal with everything they see and do and then come back home. That's when for them, that's when it really, the shit hits the fan, honestly. And that's when the PTSD and the depression and all the confusion and everything and the flashbacks, and it's real, folks. It's real. It happens. And it happened to Corporal Chado and his family. So please, they're the recipient of it. We will talk all about it. It's coming up.
Next year is
fill
going to
you
be
in
a
on
lot of
all the details, but it's going to be huge. It's going to be big. It's going to be absolutely necessary to support Warrior Shield for that
It is a
reason. Great cause.
Your donation goes directly to help the cause. Please donate
Correct.
if you can at warriorshield.org.
Two folks.
It's very real. My uncle was a Marine in Vietnam. There until the end, lost his 3 best friends blown to bits in front of him. He was shot in the back of the head. Helmet saved him.
Wow.
I think Vietnam was, I think, probably the biggest one that we can talk about to this point, because this is where it started that no one realized this.
Yeah, nobody realized.
There was no, I don't know if there was PTSD then.
Yeah, or if what they called it. They didn't call it that. Toughen up, they said.
Yeah,
And
we
that-
wondered why all these Vietnamese soldiers were coming home and not being able to get acclimated. And so we always said, oh, it's because you guys did these evil things. And they didn't. They saw evil things. And so we forgot about them because it became a political thing. It's like everyone blamed them.
Yeah,
it wasn't their fault. So they hear these rumors about, oh my God, American soldiers are killing kids. And no, that's not what happened.
Correct.
But people believed it. People listened to it. And I think that's where this started.
I think so too. But the sad part about it is Corporal Chado lost his life in early 2000s,
right? Because
of PTSD for the same reasons. Toughen up. You can handle it. Be a man.
Yeah.
So what did we learn from Vietnam to here? I don't know. And it didn't happen for him. So just folks, stay tuned for that.
Well, right. We don't always, it doesn't always get saved, but more people recognizing that it's out there. It's
because of podcasts and actual people doing their jobs out there and journalists and talking about it. And if not for that, CNN's not going to talk about that ever. None of those networks.
Keep in mind, when you wake up in the morning,
going to talk about it,
and you're allowed to go to work, and you're allowed to do all the things you're allowed to do in this country.
Correct.
It's because of our soldiers.
That's right. Because of them.
We got to remember that we're free because of them.
Correct. Yep. Absolutely. Jim, let's get on to this whole bird flu thing real quick. I'm telling you, listen, here's the next pandemic and they're all talking about it. Here's one, for instance. What is her?
And notice we're getting right into another administration.
What's that? Yeah. I mean, like the timing it's impeccable, really, when you think about it. This person here, this is Leanna Wen. She is a emergency room physicist, but more so she's a political donor and she's a political hack, and she writes for the Washington Post, and she's that person. So here she is talking about the pandemic coming, or her version of it.
Things that they should be doing in the days that they have left. The first is to get testing out there. I feel like we should have learned our lesson from COVID that just because we aren't testing, it doesn't mean that the virus isn't there. It just means that we aren't looking for it. We should be having rapid tests, home tests available to all farm workers, to their families, for the clinicians taking care of them, so that we aren't waiting for.
And I'll tell you why, because I think the rapid testing was bullshit. And I think no matter how you tested, it was going to come up that way. You know what I mean?
Well, we talked about that when it first came out. Right?
Yeah, exactly. This is another ploy to get how many more funds into the pharmaceutical industry. No. This is why RFK Jr. is in the position he's going to be in. This is not the case. I'll play it, Jim. I just wanted to say that real quick. But
public labs and CDC labs to tell us what's bird flu or not. And the second very important thing is, this is not like the beginning of COVID where we were dealing with a new virus. We didn't have a vaccine. There actually is a vaccine developed already against H5N1. The Biden administration has contracted with manufacturers to make almost 5 million doses of the vaccine.
Really? Well,
however,
that alone tells me I should not take it. The Biden administration.
But
is
they have
contracting.
not asked the FDA to authorize the vaccine. There's research done on it. They could get this authorized now and also get the vaccine out and to farm workers and to vulnerable people. I think that's the right approach because we don't know what the Trump administration is going to be doing with bird flu. If they have people coming in with anti-vaccine stances, could they hold up vaccine authorization?
Yes, and they should.
If they don't want to know how much bird flu is out there, could they withhold testing? I mean, that's a possibility. And I think the Biden administration in the remaining days should get testing and vaccines widely available so that at least it empowers state and local health officials and clinicians to do the right thing for their patients.
Bullshit. Sorry. No way.
Yeah. Here's
no way.
Folks, you're right. Didn't buy it the first time around. Sure wouldn't the second time.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
There's
no way.
Shut
up. I know. He does. There's I got one more, and you'll recognize this person eventually. There, let's listen to this.
New CDC report on the first severe human case of bird flu in the U.S. Samples taken.
Ooh, the first severe case.
First.
Yep, the first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first one.
When was this?
Time to panic.
This was a while ago, wasn't it?
I don't know. No, it wasn't it like last week or something?
Well, I thought there was like a couple 3 weeks ago. So the first diagnosed bird flu.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so
it's spreading like
wildfire. Spreading like wildfire.
Hold on.
From a patient in Louisiana show mutations that could make it easier for this virus to spread from person to person. Now, right now, there's no evidence it's been passed along to anyone else, and the CDC says risk to the public remains low. But experts warn a single mutation like this could potentially lead to another pandemic.
Oh, my God.
The virus may mutate and become more easily transmitted person to person.
Speaking of mutate, did you see him?
So the more this virus circulates and specifically co-circulates with human strains, that's going to increase the odds of the virus evolving.
There he is. That looks like some sort of mutation to me.
Pretty close.
Pretty
close. More human to human transmission. And that of course could signal another pandemic.
No.
Joining us now is Dr. Deborah Birx. You
well,
may
aren't
remember
we
her as
lucky
the
to
response
have her
coordinator
around
for the
again?
White House Coronavirus Task Force and the first.
She looks terrible.
Yeah.
Aren't we lucky to have her opinion? Here it is.
Trump administration.
Maybe she has a bird.
We are very fortunate to have your expertise as we try to figure out what's going on with the bird flu and what it could mean. So far, 65 human cases of bird flu have been reported in the U.S. this year, all contracted by animals. But now we have this new mutation in Louisiana.
Holy crap, that's not far from me. I'm about to get it. Better start.
Lock yourself
mask up.
Seal your house. No.
Scarf lady.
Worried should we be about bird flu potentially becoming another pandemic?
Well, I love the way you said 63 cases, because I have no idea how many cases there were or are, because our number one principle in preventing pandemics is detect. And if you go to the CDC website, you can see that they're monitoring more than 10,000 exposures, but they've only tested 500.
Can I wait a second? Again, CDC, they're going to be the benchmark for, I mean, really? This again? When's the World Health Organization going to get involved?
Oh, God.
30.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That means we're not testing enough. And we know from other viruses that a lot of the spread can be asymptomatic. So we're kind of have our head in the sand about how widespread this is from the zoonotic standpoint, from the animal to human standpoint. Now, also remember, most of those cases described to date happened in the spring and the summer, not when we had H1N1 circulating. Right now, when we're running the flu pandemic with throughout the United States. So we have rising flu cases, and now we have still zoonotic events coming. So now you've set up for potentially a farm worker getting H5.
Here we go. We're going to start seeing the ticker again on CNN. The amount of cases. We're going to start seeing the rolling ticker like they did with COVID.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
65.
65. Yeah.
This year.
Yeah. 65.
Now, is that last
people
week?
In this country?
Is that last week? Or anyway?
No, since spring or summer. I mean, the last 6 months.
More people have I think more people have gotten herpes. So do we need? I'm not trying to make a joke.
And that's because they use a mistletoe.
I am trying to make a joke of it. It's like we can't, guys. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
but they're trying to set something up.
They are,
and it's
again
just too convenient.
Again,
that it's
like
right
we're all
Trump.
fools. Like Rich said, like we're gonna fall for this crap. Here's Buckeyes gammon. Hush, lady, you were wrong on COVID and lost your ability to tell us what is true. I agree. She has no credibility on this anymore. We have as much credibility, I believe.
Yes.
As you know.
Well,
we're
our
not
PhDs.
Doctors. We did play one on TV, but we are not. Yeah. Let's listen to the rest. There's only a couple, not long here. We get to hear the rest of her lunacy.
And one, also getting the current flu strain and reassorting in that individual.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's almost a bigger threat to these mutations happening in individuals over time.
When you say reassorting in that person, what does that mean?
Okay, so the H5 virus, which doesn't adapt too well to our upper respiratory tract. And
what's that?
Another H virus.
Yeah, I mean, they're all H.
It's preventing us.
But yeah.
What happened to 2, 3, and 4?
I don't know. What happened to COVID-18?
From getting infected, but infecting cows and pigs and cats and dogs. So our flu, which has the binding sites for us, for our nasal passages. Viruses are very specific, and so they're very animal or human specific. Now we have human flu circulating. At the same time, we have this zoonotic flu circulating.
Okay. So what? Do we not have this every year?
I want to see that.
Tell me.
The other animal. What was the other animal? Why couldn't you put other animal? One other animal.
One.
Really?
Other.
What was that animal? And then two unknowns.
Doesn't matter. Do not animal viruses happen every year as well as human viruses?
Yeah.
Can they? What is going on here? Honestly, I mean, it's not newsworthy. 65 people in the last 6 months. Is it really?
Remember the predictions during Obama administration about how bad it was
about the bird flu?
So then he gets credit.
Yeah.
You know, he gets credit
for what?
For saving so many lives.
What did he do?
Nothing. He did
nothing.
Nothing.
Well, see, maybe that is the credit. Do nothing and you'll save more lives, like they should have done in COVID. Do nothing and you might have saved more lives. So this is bullcrap. I just wanted to play that because it's sure as convenient, the timing of it all. Here comes another pandemic. We're going to do this. Listen, do you put anything past the Democrats at this point?
No.
To try to harm the upcoming administration's successes?
Not just the Democrats. There's other people.
And the rhinos. Agreed. And the rhinos. So that is absolutely nuts to me. But that's what I wanted to play a little bit about that. I have a couple other videos that I don't want. Okay, let me play real quick. Let me play Kamala's Kwanzaa message.
Yeah, and I want to do a Fauci thing real quick.
Okay. Well, do you want to do that now then?
Yeah, because I think
it goes right along with
this goes into this, folks. But also,
where's he at?
Be ready, be prepared, because all these things coming up on these pardons.
Oh,
you will see something.
You know he's going to get it.
Here's why.
He's going to get
Fox News alert. New evidence has just surfaced tying Dr. Anthony Fauci to the CIA's cover-up of COVID-19. Last week, a whistleblower claimed the CIA was paying people off to bury the lab leak theory. And now this, from the House committee investigating the pandemic origins. Quote, Dr. Fauci was escorted into Central Intelligence Agency CIA headquarters without a record of entry and participated in the analysis to influence the agency's review. The committee is now ordering HHS to hand over documents detailing all of Fauci's movements during the pandemic in and out of CIA-controlled sites.
He is definitely going to pardon Fauci.
Yeah, and January 6th, okay, the Pelosi's, the Liz Cheney's and all that, they are going to get pardoned because they're starting to get down and they're starting to get evidence into this stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's why I believe pardons are going to happen. All right. Because these individuals are not going down without a fight.
Of course not.
So if you do not pardon them, the truth is going to come out about why they did what they did. Because there's more to it than this. Liz Cheney just does not decide to be elected to this January 6th committee and do the shit she did without guidance. She's not
without
that smart.
something mostly money, I would think.
So basically what is going on is Fauci and all these other people are saying, you don't want me to talk, because they can't assassinate everybody. That would look a little obvious, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Jack Smith and Liz Cheney and Fauci and all these people end up dead tomorrow.
Yeah, correct.
So that's why I believe you're going to see a lot of pardons, and we are never ever going to get the ansers that we deserve.
Well, we have the answers. The problem is, we won't get
I
the
really
results
want to know who's guiding it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, that'll be one of the things he does with the Trump administration, the DOJ. Look, okay, what deal can I make? Here's what I got. Same thing with Liz Cheney. Same with all these others. What deal am I going to get? Because they're not going to prison.
Oh, no.
There's something that's going to happen that they're going to work out. And part of me hopes there's no pardons, because I really, truly want to see everybody that is behind all this.
100% of me truly hopes there's no pardons.
And I do. But I think there's going to be.
I
think
100%
it's because
agree with that.
Nancy Pelosi cannot let Liz Cheney talk, because Nancy Pelosi's fingerprints are all over January 6th, all over it. So anyway.
Yep, exactly. Nope, I agree. 100% I agree with that. Jim, real quick, let's get into a couple other things. I just a couple of videos I want to play. One of them is, thank God. I mean, Kamala had a Kwanzaa message for us all. The Jamaican Indian had a Kwanzaa message for us all. So let's listen to her. We haven't heard from her in a while. I miss her.
Sister and I, we grew up celebrating Kwanzaa. Every year, our family and our extended family, we would gather around across multiple generations.
What's that?
Why don't I believe her? I really don't. I'm sorry.
Why would you believe her? She doesn't look as jacked up on Quaaludes and vodka this time.
Candles behind, those are all the colors of the Iraqi flag, aren't they? Red, green, and black.
I think they are. Yeah. Yes, I think they are.
I don't know. I don't know if that's significant or not.
There's a message. Good call.
And we tell stories. The kids would sit on the carpet, and the elders would sit in chairs, and we would light the candles, and of course afterwards have a beautiful meal.
There's none of this is true.
I doubt.
Absolutely none of
her ass wasn't sitting on any carpet. There's
no, it wasn't. No.
And of course, there was always the discussion of the 7 principles. And my favorite, I have to tell you, was always the one about self-determination, Kujichagulia.
Well, that's what we talk about, oddly enough, this past Christmas.
Kujichagulia. Didn't they sing Too Shy back in the 80s? Oh, that was Kajagoogoo. I'm sorry.
You don't know your Kwanzaa.
No, I do not.
There you go. Oddly enough, we did sit around and talk about the 7 principles this past Christmas, and this did come up. What? Hold on. This is all lies.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, here's more to come.
And, essentially it's about be and do. Be the person you want to be, and do the things you want to do, and do the things that need to be done.
What?
Here we go again. We're solid Kamala. What? It's about be and do. You just bees and do's. That's all. I don't. Okay. You be whatever you want and do whatever you want.
It didn't work because she wanted to be president.
Yeah,
and she didn't do it.
Should have been an 8th principle, I think, in their discussion.
It's about not letting anyone write our future for us, but instead going out and writing it for ourselves.
Well, you did.
And that principle motivates me today as we seek to confront the challenges facing our country and to build a brighter future for all Americans.
We did that on November.
So to everyone who is celebrating, happy Kwanzaa from our family to yours.
No, if you're celebrating Kwanzaa, that's fine. That's your choice. That's
Biden Harris transition. Buildbackbetter.gov. I can't stare at that enough.
But it's.
You think Jack Emoff is Doug? Is that his name? I can't remember.
See that one. It's not the whole Kwanzaa thing because people celebrate.
I don't care.
Fine. I mean, you hear
it's
people
her
say
talking about it.
Exactly.
It's not the Kwanzaa thing.
No way.
It's full of crap. Sat around the carpet. We talked about the 7 principles. The last one was number 7 was be and do. What? I don't.
Yeah. But I did love that song "Too Shy," by the way.
I did. Yeah, I'm sure you did. How many times? There it is from Grit Gear. How many times did she have to practice this to get it verbally right? This is the do to the did to the does to have nothing to do. She sounds like Bill Cosby.
Yes, yeah.
And you're gonna eat them the do's and the don'ts and the pudding pops. And
oh my God,
what's going on with her? So, here we go. Yep, stoner talk.
That's exactly right.
That's right. I thought that was appropriate.
I hope I wasn't.
I believe every single word she's saying.
I mean, I hope there's other people out there that thought she said "gotcha goo goo." Or maybe that's just what I don't know.
I don't know. I knew immediately who you were talking about.
I live in the 80s.
You do live in the 80s. You do live in the 80s. Jim, what else you got for us today before we get to the big deal?
Huh? That's it.
That's it for you. So,
okay, real quick. I guess I do have one quick thing.
And then our top 5, Jim. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, the top 5 is more important. But I wanted to give everybody. Oh, by the way, there was two young children left at the border by smugglers. By the way.
Yep. That's not happening. That's fake news, Jim.
Yeah, that's fake news. Okay, so here's some good news, folks. Here are top Democrat candidates for 2028.
Oh, they're already talking about this, aren't
they?
So who's going to run in 2028?
I love this list because I hope this list runs because this is going to be a train wreck. Kamala Harris.
No, we just heard from. No way.
Gretchen Whitmer. I still can't say her name without laughing. Seriously. Josh Shapiro. And we'll have more on him as we get closer because we have
but he
people
could
that
be
are very good friends of ours that have details.
No. The guy's absolute garbage. But
that's what I'm saying.
Support.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg. Why can't he just go away? Why do we have to keep? Here's my favorite because there is no way this is legit. Cannot
breastfeed
be
Pete.
JB Pritzker.
No way is JB
Governor
Pritzker
of Illinois. No way. And then of course, here's the ultimate one. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC.
That's president.
Now I'm going to tell you a name that is probably more of a serious name to just pay attention to this gentleman. Okay. It's the governor of Maryland, Wes Moore.
I know.
All right. So that would be of the list. He to me
is the least of the lunatics.
Exactly.
And the more, what I would say, the more presidential like.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The ones from the blue states absolutely are garbage.
But that list,
Gavin Newsom,
AOC. Hope, of all hope.
Yeah.
That's who one of those individuals gets it.
Oh, I do too.
Because
I do too.
Josh Shapiro, folks, he is about as dirty as you can get. He has his fingerprints all over the stolen election in Pennsylvania.
In 2020. Correct.
He led it.
Him. He's the architect.
He, on video, was shown destroying evidence that he was not supposed to do.
Correct.
But as Attorney General of the state of Pennsylvania at the time, he could do anything he wants.
Correct. And he lost a big case. So to Greg Stenstrom and Leah Hoops. So yeah, folks, stay tuned. That's an interesting list. I hope they run with it all. I'm fine with it all.
I love that list. For some reason,
how is AOC even considered on that list?
Buttigieg and AOC. Are you serious? And JD Pritzker, the Illinois is a mess.
Breastfeed Pete cannot be on that list.
And Gretchen Whitmer, people still I don't. I just don't get it.
I agree. I don't get it either. Okay. I absolutely don't get it either. It doesn't make sense, folks. Guess what? Two guys, one coup, top 5. Jim, I'm going first today. That's what we do. We alternate it, right?
Still playing.
It's not playing.
Oh, I think I still hear this.
No.
Okay.
It's not playing, dude.
Oh. My wife's listening to our show. In the
Oh,
other room.
you can hear her.
There's a delay.
There's a delay.
Yeah, here's a
dork. Oh my God.
Oops.
Oh, good old Jim. Folks, our top 5. Today, it is what? Let's add this. Top 5 New Year's resolution failures. Now, these are every year, everybody has a list of resolutions. These are guaranteed to fail. It always does. And if it doesn't, it is rare, right? I think these are rare. I am going to show you my 5th New Year's resolution, failure resolution. So these are resolution failures, not just resolutions in general, ones that are sure to fail. Join a gym. No, you're not. Jim, no, I give it. Last year was an example. Jim has joined a gym.
After the show, I'm hitting there. So.
You're hitting that gym, and you've been religious in doing it, and that's amazing. Those of you listening out there, 99.9% of you are not going to join a gym. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. Now talk to me February 1st.
Exactly. It's never going to happen. I'll talk to all of you out there that no, I'm doing that. I'm joining the gym. No, you won't. Stop it. All right. First of all, you can exercise at home. You don't even have to do that.
Yeah.
But you're not joining a gym. That's enough. Set goals. Now, everyone's thinking, well, wait a second. You should be able to. What goals are you setting? What are the goals you're going to set? You will set goals you will never achieve.
Have you set the goal to be more respectful to Jim?
I have not. That's not. I would never set that goal. It's not achievable, is what I'm saying. You want to set goals, that's fine. You go ahead. You write them down. I'm telling you, keep that list, because a year from now, you will not have achieved them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. People aren't realistic when they set goals. It's not like be a better person, or, today I'm going to, I don't know, say something nice to somebody. You won't do it. There's no goal that's achievable.
Well, that's why you set the easy goals.
Like what?
I'm going to go outside.
I'm going to watch more TV. Easy goal.
I'm going to go outside.
I'm going to go outside. That's hard for some people, maybe.
It's just like when I was a practicing Catholic, and we had to give things up.
Yeah.
And I would always give up watching male figure skating. That was easy to do because I never watched it.
Was it really easy for you, though?
Yes, it was. It was really easy.
I don't know. Here's my number 3. Make $1 million. People always write this down. This is the year. I'm going to make. No, you're not. Stop it. You're not going to. All right. Good try. Again, I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly here. I'm just trying to make you have resolutions that are achievable.
Now,
maybe
if you
add a certain amount to your bank account, maybe save up a little bit more. Don't write ridiculous goals like or resolutions like I'm making $1 million this year. Stupid.
What happens if somebody's right at 999,900?
You won't do it. You'll fail. You'll spend it on something. You won't be that million. You will not make it. I'm just telling you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'd like to be positive than this. These resolutions fail. That's one of them that's going to fail. Number 2. To learn a second language. I know a lot of people that have. There's a lot of people that want to do this. Now, I am shocked, and I know people that have said this. I'm learning another language this year. How about you focus on the English language, the one that you can't already achieve? I am not very good. Well, I can't even say the sentence at the English language. I'm never going to learn a second language. It's just too late. So
I would want to learn Spanish so I know what they're saying behind me and waiting in line.
Yes. So there's a goal. There you go. There's a resolution. I'm going to learn Spanish. No, you won't.
I didn't say that was a goal. I just
you want to. Yeah. You never will.
Oh no.
Stop it. All right. Master the language you currently know. Let's try that. That's a good goal.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Ain't got no problems with that. It's the B's and the do's, as Kamala says. That's what the. Number 1, lose 20 pounds. No, you're not. Jim, I love you. It's not happening. Nobody's losing 20 pounds, right?
First of all, I have a goal higher than that.
Correct. That which is, again, a goal unachievable.
Oh, I'll achieve it.
It's hard to do.
I'm going to achieve it. It's just how long will it last?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the goal is, so that's the thing. You can't specifically, for me, resolutions should be more general. I'm going to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to save a little bit more money. These specific resolutions that these buffoons do every New Year's is stupid. No, you're not going to lose 20 pounds because you're going to get to 18, you're going to plateau, and you're going to be so pissed off you'll start eating burgers and fries again. That's what's going to happen to you. I'm telling you, I don't want to be negative. It's 100% true, though. That's what's going to happen. That is my top
Dale's
5
motivational
failures.
Coaching apply to
remove that. I am not the motivational anything. What's going on here?
Yeah,
My
I like
resolution
that.
is to no longer use the drive-through. I will get out of my car and walk from I agree. I do that almost 100% of the time anymore. If I go through somewhere that has a drive-through, I go inside to get it. 2 reasons. None of them have to do with exercising. Because Jim knows I do not exercise. 2 reasons. One is because either the drive-through line is super long and nobody's inside, or 2, because they're going to screw up my order through the drive-through. When I'm inside, I can check it. I'm standing there. It's nope, you didn't give me that. You gave me this. You didn't give me that. Whatever. That's my motivation for it. So I don't know.
And
There's my top 5. Huh?
And if anybody else has this in our area of Indiana, it seems like every Dunkin' Donuts has either been purchased or they employ Pakistani and Indian people. I don't go through the drive-through anymore because I have to go in so I can. This is what I want.
You can you got to point the pictures.
You can't understand. And I've been to India many times, and I can most of the time understand what they're saying because you not through a drive-through. It's no,
what?
I didn't.
It's already hard to understand somebody through a drive-through in that ridiculous speaker system they still use. Let alone you're just going to get it wrong every time. So I agree.
That
go
was
in.
An excellent top 5, Dale. Excellent.
Thank you. I think they're all going to fail, and I'm sorry to break it to all of you out there.
And I am surprised you didn't put up smoking
because it's unachievable. Don't say you're going to quit smoking. I've said that every year. I will not put that as a resolution. I will never quit smoking. Here's
number 5.
Read.
Keep off your phone.
No, you're not.
How many times do we have to hear? Because I'll tell you the truth. We're on our phones way too much, folks. My goal.
Guilty.
My goal is I research for the show, but that's it. Games, Facebook, I'm not doing anymore. Sorry, Dale. Facebook just is gotten to the point that it's ridiculous. It's
Jim. I need you to be on your phone for that crap.
Well,
that's
for
my goal.
News and everything else, but it's a keep off your phones. That's a goal that people are going to have. And guess what? With that, by January 10th, it's over.
It's over. Your screen time is back up, if not more than where it was before, so you can catch up on what you missed the first 9 days.
Because I still say that's why my eyesight is as bad as it is, because all I do is look at the damn phone.
And every
number 4, stop drinking pop. I have to stop drinking pop. When I start drinking again, by the way, folks, for those of you,
pop is soda.
Yeah, for those of you who are not, I don't know how to say it, but it's pop, not soda, because soda is terrible.
I've been in the South for a while now. It's soda, but we call it pop.
Taste soda.
Yeah,
it's not pop.
Well, that's
soda's disgusting. Anyway, because that's a goal, but we all do it, and it's hopefully I can keep up with it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
Stop drinking diet, by the way. That includes diet, zero, all that stuff.
Oh, the zero stuff is amazing.
Be less stressed.
What's that even mean?
That's why I know, because I see this all the time. My goal is to be less stressed. Okay, well, really? What are you going to do?
Can't help if there's stressful things that happen.
Are you a billionaire and no longer work anymore? Because then that's when I won't be stressed.
That's why I won't be stressed
until that time.
And then I'll be stressed because I'll think, and then I got to deal with accountants and all. Yeah.
And I say be less stressed, but my stress happens Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
When I have to do a show with you.
Can you believe that, folks? That's what he said. Oh,
number 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to save money and spend less.
Yep.
Okay. Tell me how that goes. When you set that goal, let me know how that goes.
Now, the only good thing about this one, Jim, is that maybe with lower inflation and lower gas prices, we might actually be able to save money.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But are you going to spend less? Because that's going to give you more. That gives you more money. It's like, folks, when you
I like shopping. I like shopping.
When you go in,
that's my wife.
My
she
wife,
knows.
if she's listening, she's going to get mad at me for bringing this up again. If you walk into a store and then you come home and say, "Hey, look what I got for free." Oh, you walked in the store and they just gave it to you. No, I had to spend $50.
Well, that's right.
I didn't get it for free.
I saved $142 today.
No, you didn't.
Did you spend? Yes, that's me. I'm the spender. So that's me. I will not.
That doesn't count.
That does not count.
I didn't have to buy this purse because I got it for free.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Anyway, I can just hear her now.
Yep. Exactly.
See
you can hear it now. I'll put it right up there.
Oops.
Stop it, Jim. Stop it, Jim. Stop it, Jim. Yeah.
And
we keep
number one.
Yep.
Same thing as you did.
Yep.
Lose weight and work out more.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're just not.
Yeah.
And for those who do, God bless you. And they're a rare breed of individual.
No,
but that's not. If on December 30th or December 31st, you are not happy with your weight, January 1st ain't going to make the difference.
I like the ones that pig out. On December 31st.
I'm going on a diet starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's my diet. That's when I started. No, you won't.
Now, you've been around me long enough to know there's twice that I have lost significant amounts of weight.
Correct. Yep.
For the third time since you've known me, I've set goals to lose weight and work out because I just can't keep it. And that's the problem.
That's the problem. Just don't set it. Just do it. When you do it, be happy you're doing it. Don't set the goal to do it.
I don't do the drugs. I don't do that because I think you lose too quickly. And then when you get off,
you're talking about like the
you gain too much weight. So
that kind of crap,
I do it the old fashioned way. And now, you know me, I'll be doing this for a few months.
Yes, correct.
One, I have a wedding this year that I want to look good for.
Right.
So that's
not your wedding, but go on.
No, but maybe because if my wife hears what my number 2 was, she might end up.
Well, that's
she
true.
hates it when I bring that up.
You're going to get remarried.
So no.
So it's not your wedding either way.
Yep. I might be invited to her wedding.
Yep, exactly.
Just never know. So, but I will do this. I mean, I do this every year. I set the goal and I get there, and I set goals and I make it. But the problem is I don't maintain it.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. And that's the problem with all of these things. I could maybe I'm going to stop smoking. It's always a goal, but it's not a New Year's resolution. It's not one of those, boy, I'm not out smoking a carton on December 31st because I know I'm going to quit tomorrow. No, none of that's happening. So comments, I actually don't drink pop, just never cared for it. Good.
Yeah,
good for you.
That's a very good thing because
my daughter's very similar to that. She drinks a lot of water, very little at all pop at all. So, and of course, the Buckeyes know what pop means. I plan on working less in Facebook more. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I have a goal of not getting as banned as often on those platforms, but I don't know if I won't achieve that one either. Absolutely. All foreign owned. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but up in your area, and I don't know if it's just an Ohio thing. I'm not even sure, but Mr. Heroes, you guys familiar with that? You have Mr. Heroes in your area?
I don't think so.
Okay, Ohio has them a lot. They're a sub shop too. They're Roman Burger. I don't know if you've heard of any of these things. Really good. I mean, generally it was good. All of them are literally just foreign owned. I don't know from where exactly, but all foreign owned. Used to be the gas stations, and then they went from there to like little restaurants and Subways. I agree, like all that. I don't know where they get the funding for all that. So, what are we putting here? Do you got anything else? I agree.
I'm sorry, Rich. I apologize for stressing you out more, but then you would not put that goal on there.
So thank God we've helped you, but at least, Rich, you understand now that maybe I'm not the one who stresses people out, but maybe Jim stresses me out. Can we agree to this? We agree to disagree, Jim.
Oh, disagree vehemently.
Folks, listen, thank you for indulging us in the top 5. We will have one of these every show, so like it or not. It is going to be that. And please send your suggestions. What do you want a top 5 of? We'd be more than happy to listen and take it up. And we will do a top 5 on anything. We don't even care.
And feel free to post your top 5 to us. I mean, we love to hear that.
Agree. Yeah, it's a sub place. Jimmy John's is better. I think Jersey Mike's is really the place to go for me. I'm a Jersey Mike's guy, so that's what I do.
Hey, sis.
Yep.
I don't stress you out, so knock it off.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And one more. What do we got here? To the point says Rumble glitching. That was me spamming the comments on purpose. Okay, gotcha. All right, so Rumble had a glitch in it. So if you're listening on Rumble, we apologize. Don't know what's going on there. Didn't know at that. Okay. And here it says sing at To the Point Podcast. It is. Jeez, what's going on with Rumble? I wonder. Anyways, YouTube, X, you can follow us there, folks. Don't forget at 2 Guys 1 Coup on X, at the Patriots prayer on
follow
X.
us on X as well.
Follow us on X.
We
please.
have a goal to keep.
Yep.
And now
we are on YouTube.
Now we can get back.
They said the chat is glitching. So okay, understood. Thank you, Buckeye, for clarifying that. We don't know when that happens, until somebody tells us. So we appreciate it. That's why the Patriots, he had all these faces, frowny faces, LOL. He was trying to see what was happening there. So we appreciate that. Folks, thank you for commenting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending your 2024 with us. We can't thank you enough for that. It is super important that you're here. All of you that are joining, and I know there are bigger things coming in 2025, and Buckeye mentioned it earlier that yes, big things in 2025. There is a lot, and just stay tuned for that.
Remember,
again,
we still have 21 days that we have
of the Biden presidency.
So.
I know we do,
but
we absolutely do.
Dale might get that pardon he's been looking for.
I might be. I would love for him to pardon me. I don't know what I did. I don't know when I did it. I will do it. Probably.
I like these blanket pardons.
Crimes.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, I know. Folks, listen again, like, share, follow. Please follow us on X. Again, remember our friend Joe, who's about to lose his home.
Please
give, send, go /save Joe. Please go there and give $1, give $2, give $3. Again, everybody listening now, we could put this guy over to the top right now. That's all we'd have to do. That's all we'd have to do. Just go there. Give, send, go /save Joe. And we can help them out with just $1, $2 each. Everybody who's pitching in, we can do it. And it makes you feel good to be a part of something like that. Yeah. Don't forget our friends at Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load Coffee. Please go support them and use coupon code 2 Guys, get 10% off of that order. And don't forget our friends.
It's 2 Guys.
2 Guys. Yeah, just 2 Guys.
2 Guys.
Learn that earlier in the show if you're just joining us. That Jim has no idea what the coupon code is, but our listeners do, and that's what's important. Yeah. And remember, warriorshield.org. Please go to warriorshield.org. Again, support them. So we're asking you to support Joe with the Give, Send, Go. We're asking you to support Warrior Shield and Grit Gear and Lock and Load Coffee. Please go support those 4 true patriots, all of them. True Americans and true patriots. Jim, anything else to add before we go? What is this? Nope. Great show, guys. Have a great and safe New Year's Eve. See you all in 2025. Buckeye, thank you. You're a huge part of the show and a huge part of the reason why we do this, because you and everybody else listening out there. Again, Jim, to you, be safe on New Year's. Have a great New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's to everybody out there that's listening. Jim, anything else to add?
Yeah, just have a safe and happy New Year's. I know this is crazy. We're in 2025. We're saying this 2024, but don't. If you drink too much, have a designated driver. Don't be afraid to Uber. Just be safe out there, folks.
Just be smart.
Just
be wise.
Safe.
Yep. We need you all here. We need all the patriots here. We got to keep on fighting. There's a lot of work.
God
to do,
bless all of you for listening to us. You don't know how much we appreciate it. We truly do.
Correct.
We like bringing the show to everybody. We hope we're informative. We want to do it in a little humor. That's what we try to do.
It's just an opinion. We got an opinion and we want to tell it. That's all.
We don't want to be serious all the time. We need to laugh, especially now. We just need to be able to laugh. And
Yep. We hopefully we do a lot more of that in 2025. There's a resolution I think we can keep.
A
little bit more comedy, a little bit more laughter and happiness. I think it's going to happen. I'm almost certain of that. So,
Yep.
Jim, God bless you, my friend.
God bless you. God
Happy
bless
New Year to
everybody.
you and your family.
Yep.
Give them
Same to
all
you.
hugs and kisses from me.
Yep.
And we'll see you all next year. Remember, Monday, January 6th, 2025. Robert Morse is here to tell his story about being incarcerated just for being a patriot.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that, folks. You won't want to miss it. Happy New Year, Jim. Talk to you soon, brother.
Bye.